Salut les beaux, salut les belles gosses. My name is Brian, and today, Brian is in the kitchen. Today, I'm gonna be making a ratatouille from the movie Ratatouille. On my channel, I make videos about my experience living in France. It's a long story how I got here, so if you're interested about that, you can check out some of the older videos on my channel. But it all started when I decided to start learning French way back in 2020 on a whim. And the entire reason why I even had the idea in the first place was because of the movie Ratatouille. I was probably 6 or 7 when I first saw that movie, and it was my first exposure to French language and French culture and France in general. It started the butterfly effect that led me to where I am now. So I thought it was about time that I honored that movie by making its version of Ratatouille, which is actually called confit biardi. So the recipe is actually way simpler than I thought it was. It's basically 2 main parts, the sauce and the sliced vegetables. So we're just gonna start with the sauce. You don't really need much. I have onions, garlic, cherry tomatoes, and bell peppers. You can add herbs into it if you'd like. I don't have any on hand right now. So I'm gonna start by dicing the bell peppers, slicing the onions, and mincing the garlic, and that's about all the prep work you need to do for the sauce. And then in a pan, I'm gonna put in the bell peppers and onions first over medium heat. Then I'm gonna add in the cherry tomatoes, and I'm gonna put it on medium heat until everything is softened. The minced garlic I'll add in at the end so that, it gives a sharper and stronger garlic flavor, which I love. So that's about it for the sauce. So let's get to it. Now you can see the cherry tomatoes breaking down, and you can smell it especially. It smells so good. All right, now that the sauce is done, we're gonna be moving on to part 2, which is actually the hard part. So over here, I have some tomatoes, zucchinis, and eggplant, and we're just gonna try to slice them as thinly as we can. I don't have a mandolin, which is what you should be using. All I have is a knife, and so it's gonna be a very hard and meticulous process, but you know what they say, cooking is a labor of love. So once we have those sliced vegetables, we're gonna be using the sauce that we made earlier to cover the bottom of a baking tray. And then we're gonna layer the sliced vegetables as densely as we can until the entire bottom of the baking tray is covered. Now, if you don't wanna saw your way through an eggplant like a dumbass, which is what I'm doing right here, just make sure you have a really sharp knife. So this looks horrible, and it's because all the sliced vegetables aren't the same size. So learn from me and try to buy vegetables that are around the same diameter for when you want to try this recipe out for yourself. And then I'm gonna put some parchment paper on top as well. So once that was done, I put it in the oven for 30 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius or 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And then at the 30-minute mark, I pulled out the parchment paper and I let it sit in there for another 20 minutes. So after another 20 minutes, in the end, it doesn't look too bad. All right, so I'm gonna try my best to plate this up without a ring mold. So this is what it looks like. There's a lot of liquid, so I think I might not have cooked this long enough. All right, this looks like a literal pile of crap. So let's see if it tastes good enough for me to redeem myself. It's really good. The sauce is amazing. Could use a bit more salt, but doesn't taste as bad as it looks. Since the rest of the ratatouille was so watery, we cooked it down in a pan for another 20 minutes, and the result was amazing. It was so good. All right, that was a pretty sad experience. If you've stuck around for this long, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed wasting your time with me. Hopefully I get to redeem myself pretty soon with Ratatouille. I know that this isn't the usual content that I post, but I just wanted to try something fun out. I'll be back at it again next week with some of my usual cultural commentary videos. That's all I have for you guys today, and until next time, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye now.